So I'm going to talk about 3 quick PowerShell scripts. The first, they're all adding numbers from some starting point to some ending point. In the first one, so it'll show variable, loop, writing, and so on. The first one is just adding numbers from 1 to 100. I'm calling it Gauss _0 PS1. That's the extension for a PowerShell script. I'm in the PowerShell ISC. I have opened up the script pane. And so then if I click the arrow here, it will run. If I click the arrow here, it should run. There we go. Another way to run the script is if I'm in the location and I am, let me do I'll just do a simple dir. If I'm in the location where the script is, and I am, then another way to run the script from the command line is to say / and then the name of the script. In this case, it was Gauss 0, and I can accept its. So that's another way to run the script from the command line. That will come in handy and for the last version. So in this first, I have a comment starting with a hashtag or a $. I have a variable, the sum, that I initialize to 0. So the variables are starting here with a $. If I take that out, it's not understood, so that's needed. And then I have a standard sort of almost standard old-fashioned for loop start, starting at, I have a counting variable I, $I, I'm starting it at 1. I'm going to stay in the loop under the condition that $I is less than or equal to 100. So I'm going to stay in the loop for 100 times. Note the use of -LE instead of sort of less than or a normal less than equal. It will fail if I make that substitution. So we need that -LE. And then the $+ is incrementing by 1. In the curly brackets in the block of the loop, I am taking the sum and adding I to it and making it the new sum using the shorthand notation +=. In line 6, I am writing out my result, and the variables are substituted in when I am between double quotes, and then just for demonstration, in line 7, I use single quotes, and you see that the substitutions are not put in, then it's just an exact quote. So if I want to show $start, I would use single quotes if I wanted to actually see $start. And if I want to see the $start substituted in, what number it's standing for, then I would substitute that in. And I don't have yet a start and a stop. So that will come in the next version. So this was, that's why this is blank here, but it'll come in the next one. So it'll make more sense in this next version, which I'll move to. Okay, so in this case, version 2, I am reading in from the user where they want to start and where they want to stop. So when I run this one, I am prompted for the starting point. I can choose 1, but I don't have to, and enter, and choose 100. But I can also make other choices, go from 5, say, to 10. All right, so read host is bringing a variable in from the command line, but also we are prompting for it. So there are 2 ways to get, at least 2 ways to get information in. One is to have it prompted while the program is running, bring the data in. And then the other one will be to supply the data as one is invoking the script. That'll be the next version. So this one, I'm reading in data. So I use read host. Read host allows me to have a prompt. Oops, undo that. So read host allows for a prompt. So you saw the prompt. Then I have to, since I'm bringing in a number, we normally bring in a string, so it has to be cast The system has to be told that that is a number, and then that is assigned to $start. Same thing for $stop. And then I have the same sum initialized to 0, the same for loop as before, except instead of starting at a hard-coded 1, I'm starting at the variable start and ending at the variable stop and displaying the result. So that is the change there, is that the user of my script gets to read in the starting and stopping point. And I don't have anything fancy to say if they put in the bigger number first or anything like that. Just a simple demonstration of a script. Last version, I'm using this time arguments. And so this version is invoked, so Gauss 2, and then I say on the command line as I'm invoking the function, that's where I put in my numbers. So they're not prompted for, they are put on the command line as you invoke the script. And of course, they're variables, so we can change them. And so the change there is $args. $args is an array. In this array, the first argument on the command line after the name of the function, after the name of the script, is 0. So the 5 in that last case was args0. The 10 was args1. Of course, it's $args. And args, just like in other things from the command line, have to be, if they're numbers, cast as integers. And the rest is pretty much the same. So that's what I wanted to show you. Thank you.